People in sports, as well as people in the business world, both dress for success. Sports players often hype their appearance by outlandish haircuts, tattoos, and piercings. As the physical look shifts in sports from less crazy haircuts, tattoos, and piercings to more, the main way to stand out is to be better than everyone else. People such as Fred Schmoot, LeBron James, and Dennis Rodman all have physical modifications to their bodies. Players believe these enhanced appearances help them stand out in the crowd, but is this true? Yes, physical differences set people apart. However, so many people in sports now have different haircuts, tattoos, and piercings that it has become a norm. Oh, yeah, okay. Many people in white-collar jobs dress the same: shirts, ties, jackets, and nice shoes, usually because the companies they work for tell them this is how they have to dress for work. If it were up to the workers, wouldn't they rather be comfortable? Most likely. So what do the companies know that the employees don't? Employers have read studies and have been told that people are harder working when dressed for success. So companies have their employees dress professionally so they will work and act professional. This is observational learning. Since workers have seen their bosses and actors in movies dress up in ties and such for work, they have been taught by observing that it is possible for them to be successful if they mimic their employer's actions. So when they put on nice clothes for work, they are unconsciously going to work harder. In addition to the dress of workers influencing them, it also has an effect on how people see them and how other people feel in general. A study by H. Stephen Leff, Rudy V. Nuttinger, and Mildred Buck talks about the effect of nurses' dress and feelings of security that patients in a veteran hospital had. It comes as no surprise that the veterans felt more secure with the nurses in white or plain-colored outfits. The nurses' professional dress put the patients at ease because the veterans were more trusting of people that looked more professional. Although some feel secure, some feel that the white suits can be anti-therapeutic in medical institution settings. With psychiatric patients, the more professional you look, the more intimidating you are to the patient. Usually mentally unstable people think that doctors and nurses are keeping them there and holding them against their will, making them their enemy. Appearance doesn't only mean how a person looks, but how a person acts and what they say. First impressions show much more about the appearance of a person than any other characteristic. If you act like a fool on the first day of class, then the teacher will think you're a clown who is going to be a disruption. And in the same way, if you act professional in your first class, the teacher will view you as an eager student. For example, I lifeguarded over the summer, and my boss told us a couple of tricks for finding substitutes for our shifts. One of the tricks he suggested was saying, "From Swim Metro," after saying your name when you called a coworker. He said it made you sound more professional, like you're the one in charge. He said if you received a call from someone who sounded like a boss in the company, would you lie to him about not being able to cover a shift? No. Another example of the way you can directly another example of the way you act directly affecting how people see you occurs when a college coach comes to watch you play in order to scout you. The coach could have come watch you play in a game that you did not do well in. If this is the first time the coach sees you play and you play poorly, what would you expect the coach to think about your appearance if you didn't play your best? The coach would see you as the type of person who does not work hard enough to be in his or her team, regardless of if you have been working hard in practice or in the other games. This video I'm about to show you is of a lacrosse player named Connor Martin. In this video, he portrays himself the way he intended for us to see him. He portrays himself as a bro to get the lacrosse players watching to see him as more of a professional laxer. For us, since Connor acts like a professional lacrosse player, we take what he says as true lacrosse talk, because most people who do not play lacrosse would not know the difference. So here's the video.
It's impossible to look bad in the flow bucket. Whoa! Notice, not a scalp. Simply unattach the hairpiece and wash. I highly recommend Pantene Pro V. Thou shalt not worry, for Flosidon has provided. I am Flosidon! I am Flosidon!
Grandma, get in here.
Get in here, Grandma.
Hey, Grandma.
Oh, I love you. But we're filming right now, so... Here, get out of our set.
Have fun.
Bye, Grandma. Flow Bros, be good to one another, and all that is flow will be yours.
In the video, he portrays himself as a laxer by telling us it is impossible to look bad in the flow bucket. In addition, he lives in his grandmother's basement and obviously does not have another job besides playing lacrosse, which does not pay well. This enhances his lacrosse appearance because most people see him as the stereotypical laxer and is not too intelligent bro. And that's it. So does anybody have any questions?